First of all, I want to thank some very special people. If you look up here, our program this morning is sponsored by Rick Motton, State Farm Insurance Agency. Thank you, yes. And our very, very special guest, are you ready? We have a very, very special guest, is Mr. Cool to Be Kind. Okay, let's hear it. Here he comes.
Thank you. Good morning, Big Shanty. As she said, I'm Mr. Cool to Be Kind. I'm from the Kindness Revolution. And I'm here to tell you guys a great story. You guys like good stories? Yeah. All right, this is a great story because you guys are going to be part of it. All right? Good question. All right? Am I cool? Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to ask you a better question. This one's really for real. Is it cool to be kind? You know why it's cool to be kind? When you're kind to someone, you know how it makes them feel? Happy. Makes them feel great. And you know what else it does? It makes you feel great. So we always want to be kind, all right? Is it cool to be a bully? Now, does everybody know what a bully is? That's when somebody's mean to somebody, right? And when you're mean to somebody, how does that make them feel? Right, unhappy. They feel terrible. And if you have a heart, later on, you're going to feel terrible for being mean to somebody, right? All right, so we don't want to do that. All right, now I'm going to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about some friends of mine. These are really good friends of mine, and you aren't going to believe they were bullied worse than anybody you can imagine. And you know how why they were bullied? They were bullied because they had funny names. What's that about? Their parents named them, right? They didn't have a choice, and they might have been named after a grandfather or grandmother or an aunt or an uncle that their parents loved so much. But wouldn't that be silly to bully somebody because they've got a funny name? Would you guys ever bully anyone because they have a funny name? Now there's a second reason they were bullied. They were bullied because they looked different. Can you believe that? They looked a little different. Now, you guys, some of you are taller. Some of you are shorter, some of you are a little heavier, a little skinnier. Some of us have a little different color skin. But would you guys ever bully anyone because they look a little different? Now there was a third reason my friends were bullied. You're really not going to believe this one. They were bullied because they're deaf. They're deaf. Can you imagine what it would be like if you couldn't hear? You couldn't watch TV. You couldn't dance because you couldn't hear music. You wouldn't be able to hear your parents. Sometimes people have a disability, like deaf, they can't see, maybe they're in a wheelchair, and so life is already very hard for that person. So why would anyone ever bully somebody that has a disability? Would you? Never. The worst thing that happened to my friends, though, this is the worst kind of bullying of all. They were abandoned. Because they had funny names, they looked different, they were deaf, they were abandoned. Nobody loved them. Nobody wanted them. But you know what my friends did? You think they sat home and cried and said, "Oh, it was me"? No, they didn't do that. You know what they did? They kept on being kind, even though nobody was kind to them. And you know how they demonstrate their kindness? They love to go to hospitals where people are sick and entertain them. How cool is that? They love to go entertain elderly people. They're sometimes a little lonely and just need somebody to talk to. That's pretty cool. But you know what they really love to do more than anything? They love to go to schools like this and entertain kids. And they were supposed to be here today to entertain you guys. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. Oh my goodness. You're not going to believe this. They made it! Would you guys like to meet my friends? Friends, come meet my new friends out here in the audience. This is Astro, Izzie, and Lottie Dot. This is Astro, Izzie, and Lottie Dot, and this is my really good friend Patricia.
Hey.
They call her Mama Spotter.
Yes.
And you know what she did? Nobody else wanted them, and she rescued them. And wait till you see what she taught them.
Hey. It's great to be here today. Love Big Shaney School. Yes. Yes. Astro is 1 year old. He's still a puppy in training, and he will be for about 3 or 4 more months. He's really excited to be here today. He's looking at these reflections on the wall. Deaf dogs, they can't hear with their ears, but they hear in other ways. They watch your body language, like your facial expressions. If you're looking like this, what's that look like? Yeah, they can see that really good. And if you're smiling real big, how's that look? Yes, they can see. Also, if you're in pain, that's why they're real good therapy dogs. If you're in pain and you're hurting, they can feel it. They know. They can't hear with their ears, but they hear in a lot of other ways. Astro is 1 year. Izzie's birthday is Friday. She'll be 4. And Lottie Dot, even though she's the smallest, she's the oldest. She's 10 years old. She was 10 on Christmas Day. Great Christmas present. Come here, babies. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey. I get their attention. I tap them on the rear end there. Come on, Astro. Kind of give them guidance with my hands. Astro, come. Stay. He's a ham, let me tell you. Should I call him? Yeah. I can't call him with my voice, but I can with my hands. Good job, Astro. Lottie Dot and Izzie have been working together about 3 years now. And it won't be long Astro will be able to join them. But right now it's just Izzie and Lottie Dot. Come on. They'll stay that way for all day until I tell them to call them. That's how solidly trained they are. Astro will be that way too. What do you think? Should I call him? Yeah. Sometimes if my hands are full of books or groceries and I can't use my hands to sign to them, I've taught them how to use my, well, Lottie automatically sits it.
Izzie teaches fire safety. She teaches kids to stop, drop, and roll, crawl low under smoke. She's got a big smoke alarm. She presses the button. So if y'all are ever at the Fire Museum in Memphis, come see us. She would love that. Right back. Lottie Dot turned 10 Christmas. She just retired from St. Louis after 6 years. She was a therapy dog there, and the VA hospital after 7 years. Izzie took her place. She has been a volunteer at the VA hospital about 3 years now, and they work with wheelchair veterans that can't walk, and they help them gain their strength in their upper arms. The vets throw a ball, they go and get it, put it right back in their lap. It's an awesome sight to see. It just makes your heart thump hard. Okay, Lottie. They see that and they can feel that. And when they're working with children that aren't feeling good in the hospitals and they can make them smile that way, they heal faster. Izzie wants to be in on it because of the treats. But you just wait a minute. This is Lottie's favorite trick because she gets a milk bone when she catches it. Dogs need 5 things to be healthy and happy. They need vet care, they need shelter, they need clean water, they need food every day. Most of all, what do they need? That's right. So go home, if you have a pet, give them a hug for us, okay? Thank you.
I got one last message for you guys, and don't remember you have one thing left to do. Always remember my 3 friends, Astro, Izzie, and Lottie. Even though they were abandoned, they weren't loved, nobody wanted them, they were bullied, they kept on being kind. So if you're ever bullied, or you feel a little down, or you feel a little unloved or unwanted, don't ever stop being kind. Because if you keep being kind, it'll all turn around and the world will be kind to you. Because thank you.
Let's give our guests one more round of applause.
I just wanted to thank Dave Daly with the Kindness Revolution. We just had our first event at Big Shanty Elementary School in Kennesaw, and it was phenomenal. Such a great way to get into the school, help the community, and spread kindness amongst the kids, and really start the revolution. And we plan on taking this to as many schools as we can.
I just want to let everyone know this happened at Big Shanty Elementary School here in Kennesaw, Georgia, because of our good friend Rick Modern, State Farm. We have partners like Rick. We have one local like-minded business partner in communities all over the country. We call them community champions, and they make it possible for us to spread our revolution of kindness to communities all over the country and teach kids through our school program, which is called It's Cool to Be Kind, teach kids that it is cooler to be kind than it is to be a bully. And we just ask that everyone please support your local community champion in your community, and at bare minimum, thank them for their kindness. What's your name?
Audrey.
What'd you think of the program?
It was awesome. So it is cool to be kind.
Thank you.